Cinemacon is happening right now in Las Vegas with tons of new footage being released from our most anticipated films of the year and beyond. Let's jump into The Flash, Dune Part 2, Kraven the Hunter, Across the Spider-Verse, and so much more.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Freeze Frame, brought to you by Strictly Casual. This is a show where we stop to take a moment to discuss all the heavily talked about news of the week having to do with movies, TV, streaming, and pop culture. This is episode 108. I am your host, Ryder Maldonado, joined as always by the future face of Lucasfilm, Vincent DeSantis.
Whoa, there it is.
Hey.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
How you doing, dude?
I'm doing well. It's finals week. I'm a little tired, but I'm excited and giddy for the summer season. I'm very giddy for the summer season. How about you?
Tell me about why. Tell me about what do you got planned for this summer season?
Well, there's a little game called Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Reviews are coming out as we speak. I'm excited for that. Star Wars, fan here. Different games, Diablo 4, Summer Games Fest, the E3. Yeah. Well, not the E3. What is it? Kind of the, I guess, Summer Games Fest, the Jeff Keighley Fest and everything, right?
Key 3, yeah.
And lots of summer films. We're gonna have Barbie, Oppenheimer, Flash, and more that we're talking about a little bit here. But it's gonna be a good summer. It's looking like.
Oh, it's gonna be a great summer.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a great summer. There's a lot of good media coming out.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna be on a school break, which is amazing. It always feels good.
Yeah.
And
my last one.
Yeah.
For freedom. I mean,
the final one for freedom.
Yeah.
And then it's just slaving away every day of your life until you grind to a halt.
Yep. I'm a job time.
Exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, CinemaCon's happening right now, and there's a lot of news going on. This is like, what do I relate this to? It's not the E3 of movies, because it's all movies most movies that have been announced. It's just like, I think CinemaCon is for, it's for theater chain heads and for, I guess, movie reviewers and stuff. Now it didn't used to be that.
Yeah, it's going even more mainstream, which is pretty funny because CinemaCon's been going on for a long time. But like you said, yeah, you're right. It's just for the theater chains. But I think they're like, let's also include press. So we also have to state what CinemaCon is. But that's really the gist of it. It's for theater chains renting these movies because that's how the film industry works.
Yeah,
you rent these movies, but it's kind of like, of course they're gonna rent Disney's and Warner Brothers films, right? Why wouldn't they? But it's just customary for them to present. Like, hey,
it's kind of cool. Yeah,
it's part of the industry. It's how it works.
It's definitely fun. I mean, I would say that CinemaCon wasn't even on my map really until a few years ago when they're like, oh, they're showing 20 minutes of this movie at CinemaCon, and there's going to be a bunch of impressions and people talking about it now.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's been constant the last 3 years. I think they had to kind of switch it during COVID when nobody was going to the movie theater. They're like, it was another way to get people excited about coming back to the theater, I guess. I don't know.
They said, look, we're showing Spider-Man trailer. That's all you want, huh? That's the
first
time
like
I heard about it. Yeah. I was like, CinemaCon. It was the first time that they were going to show it, and they said the trailer could go public, and that's when we reacted, me and you. And I was like, wow, that's crazy.
Was that? But that was, I guess, so because Sony has those rights to it too.
They got
because it's not like you have Marvel there, you have Sony there, or you have WB there. It's like the studio. The studios bring stuff. Not, I guess Marvel is kind of a studio now, but it's Disney. It's part of Disney. So it would be
more
like
a
Disney
Comic-Con vibe. Yeah, Marvel would go to like Comic-Con, but they wouldn't go to this because it's more of like a company. Like Disney, I think is today. I think Disney is presenting today. I don't know if that's. I think.
Really, I wonder what they'll show.
So Disney.
They're gonna announce new stuff.
Company. No, it'd be like Little Mermaid. It'd be like
that's true.
Whatever we got cooking, like same thing, like Guardians of the Galaxy, like
Elemental.
Everything's relevant. But before we get into that, real quick, a little bit of housekeeping, ladies and gents. Of course, if you're listening to this on podcast platforms like Spotify, Google, Apple Podcasts, feel free to give us a review. Let us know what you thought of the episode, and it helps us out. Let us know what you think. Of course, we have all our social media like Discord. You can hop in our community, TikTok for quick updates. Of course, our YouTube Shorts are really helping us out. So if you want to check out the shorts, if you got 10 seconds of your day, hop in there and check out the YouTube and
there it is.
Drop a comment. Let us know what you thought about that. Instagram, Twitter. You can follow our Twitters, both of ours. Our Letterboxd, our links there too. Find out what we're watching.
Watched a lot of good stuff this week. I'm excited to tell you about.
Oh, really? Yeah, I'm excited to hear.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited to hear. And also, we're working on what seems to be the bones, the bare bones skeleton of what could be the very first drum roll, Strictly Casual website.
There it is.
What that'll entail, you'll just have to see. But
yeah,
it's been fun.
Hopefully soon.
Yeah,
it's almost done. It's almost done.
Yeah, Vincent has been putting the most work in, and really, was like, we got this, guys, and it's looking really cool, y'all.
It's something that I feel like I can't believe we don't have it, Yeah. And it was like, it's not even, we have all the pieces. We just have to put the pieces together and kind of make it into a presentation, even if it's not the most beautiful thing of all time. It's something that it's
cute. It's nice. And
it's cute. It's nice. It's there.
It's there.
It'll be good. It'll be good.
Yeah. It's exciting and looking forward to launch.
Yep.
Launching.
It's a pure HTML text website. There's no pictures, images, links. It's just you read stuff on a screen. That's it. I'm just kidding. That would be hilarious.
It's like an open AI source. We just threw it in and said, create a website for us.
Yeah, we just gave it to ChatGPT and we're like, come on, let's let it roll.
Yeah.
No, it's more than that.
No.
And then before we get into the Cinemacon news, this one you brought here, it says James Gunn's Superman Legacy will reportedly begin filming in January in Atlanta, as well as James Gunn saying he has 3 or 4 wonderful prospects for Superman. So he's like, don't be worried. He's like, you guys are going to get a good Superman.
How wild that you have that in your head. It's like, I know who I'm thinking of. Like, wow.
Yeah. Well, I guess you're already
casting.
Casting. Yeah, they're in the process.
One guy out there right now, young actor, is about to have his whole life changed, dude.
I hope they cast someone with, no experience, nothing in the background.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be, this will be a defining role where anything else he's in after will be like, oh my God, Superman's in this. Not, oh my God, it's this person from Game of Thrones is Superman now. Superman is the defining character for the person, I hope.
Kind of I think about what they did with that kid Walker Scobell. He's now cast in Percy Jackson. That kid was in the one Netflix movie with Ryan Reynolds.
Adam Project.
So great. And now I just think of him now as just Percy Jackson, right? That's going to be
that'll be the defining role for him. Yeah, for sure.
He's great actor, and I think that that's gold. They struck gold with a young actor like that. I think they could do this for Superman. It's find a good young man and
they will
take the reins.
They definitely will. There was also some logos that popped up for this that are all fake. So if you see a Superman Legacy logo, it's not real. And James Gunn said, "Nah."
That's good. It's funny seeing me so vocal online.
Yeah.
Okay. So everything from Cinemacon, there was 2 panels that happened. 2 days ago, Marvel and Sony, and then yesterday was the Warner Brothers. So we'll go through it. I don't want to just read it back to back to back. We'll just I'm just gonna start.
What are you excited about? So let's start off with something that you're pumped about.
Something that I was pleasantly surprised about. This dumb money. How it's about the GameStop.
Okay, here we go. Yeah.
Stunk. Right. So this was funny because this is about during COVID, the GameStop stock price was hedged, or I don't know what happened. I remember you guys covered it on the Checkpoint podcast. It was so huge.
Yeah, dude. I was quoted in the Wall Street Journal for this.
Oh, really? No way.
It's my best claim to fame of all time.
That is awesome.
I went Robinhood, that trading app or whatever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Years ago, I had signed up years and years ago, and it gives you a free stock when you log on, and it was GameStop. So I held on to it for years, and then all this happened, and all of a sudden, my $5 stock was worth $300 and something.
Did you sell?
No, I didn't sell it.
What?
It's still in there. I still have it.
Why didn't you sell at the time?
Because Robinhood blocked sales of the things. When it peaked, that was the whole scandal of it. But I was holding it out or whatever. I'd be like, oh, what if it goes even higher?
You waited a little too late, and so they stopped it from. They stopped people.
They stopped trading,
and so
which was a huge lawsuit thing. I don't know. It was they're not supposed to do that. And then by the time they stopped it, it just tanked really fast, and it's back down to a couple dollars now.
Yeah, people were making a ton of money. Some people weren't.
Yeah,
it was wild. Okay, so Paul Dano, Seth Rogen, Sebastian Stan, Pete Davidson. I mean, it's a wild cast. Apparently, Paul Dano plays a YouTuber who put all his money into GameStop, and it's based on a real person.
That sounds about right.
like Jacksepticeye or something. No.
That's hilarious. That's
Yeah.
gonna be a very funny role for him.
Mhm.
Going from the Oscar award-winning The Fablemans to Dumb Money with Seth Rogen
Yeah. Like,
and Pete Davidson.
I don't think this will really potentially be like motivational in any way, but I think having this in the vein of like Air, where it's very educational. I want to know what
That would
happened,
be cool.
You know? Yeah.
Yeah.
I
There's a
just wanna
documentary
know.
out as well about this.
Oh yeah.
I think it's on Hulu. But yeah, it was funny. Right when that was happening, it was literally a week after, 2 weeks after.
Mhm.
So many announcements of like, okay, there's a movie being made of this.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
oh, we're getting a
already?
documentary. Like this, and this. I'm sure this will be a pretty interesting story. But they showed the first few minutes, and that's it. That's all we know. We don't have a trailer or anything yet, but some people are commenting on how Paul's playing his character, and he's really good. It's funny.
Yeah.
It's,
Wow.
So
Eat the
yeah.
Rich is the name of the documentary. That's funny because I think
Mm.
during the time of COVID, people were angry. They were just so angry. It was the riots happening all over the country, the United States,
Mhm.
and then they were just like, you know what? Eat the rich. Let's just do this stock. Let's just try and make them lose money, right? I wonder if did they lose any money with this? Probably not, right?
GameStop?
Yeah,
For sure.
yeah, right. They're just
For
like-
sure they did.
They're just like, no, they're draining us. They're just
Yeah,
draining
something.
us. Imagine going on
Pretty
Reddit and
crazy.
just like doing something like that while like, hey, y'all want to break the stock market? Let's do it.
Oh, let me tell you, there's groups for that. That's what this started as. There's just a couple guys like pumping
Oh,
and
man.
pumping.
Wasn't there like Elon Musk was in like a Discord server and everyone was like, hop in the server, he's there.
Yeah, Wall
right?
Street Bets, the Discord server.
I
There's
dude,
like-
I remember that time you were like sending it to us and we were like, yeah, let's get in there.
Yeah, I jumped in there. There's like 400,000 people in there or something. It was just like complete spam, froze up the computer because of how many messages. I was like, oh my God. Control, delete, quit, end it all. Uninstall.
Too many
It was
people
dumb.
in there. That's
It
hilarious.
was one of those things where like I wasn't in it
Mm-hmm.
at all, but it was fun to observe. I was like,
Yeah.
wow, this is fascinating. Whatever this
Yeah.
is, whatever's happening here.
It's like being on the floor with Jordan Belfort's crew. No.
Oh God, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Sure,
It's like,
yeah.
It's like, wow, this is awful. No.
This is bad.
What's something that what piqued your interest? What piqued the
I'll tell you that my favorite thing from from everything here
Mhm.
is the Gran Turismo movie. I'm so excited. First, I was scared. I was so scared of when Sony announced that we're doing a Gran Turismo movie. Obviously the game's been around for decades now, and it is going to be based off a true story about basically this is unlike most video game films in that it's not an adaptation, but it's a biographical retelling of how a real life dedicated Gran Turismo gamer. It's funny how it says gamer, but it's
Yeah.
simulation racing, so it's like
elevated gaming.
no, it's just like
It's not even
simulation is like on a whole different
Yeah.
level. But it's a simulation driver named Jan Mardenborough, who is played by Archie. How do you say his last name?
Maddock?
Maduck? Maddock? Something like that.
I would say the W's.
So he went from simulation driving to becoming an actual professional race car driver thanks to winning a series of Nissan-sponsored video game competitions to ace his skills. Pretty cool. This seems kind of like a far-fetched idea or like, oh, I can't believe this is real. But after like being really into like Formula One racing and everything,
Mhm.
on the off season, these drivers are pros at simulation. They're driving simulation all the time to then spec up for races and stuff like that. Because you can't just take the car out on any Sunday and drive it. Like
True.
you
Money
you
for
can only
gas.
drive these guys on race weekends. That's it.
Yeah.
When the cars are
Wow.
available. So simulation plays a huge role in actual racers things. So this is a cool story. I'm excited to see this. We have David Harbour in this. The little teaser that we saw a couple months ago was awesome. It was shot so well. It looks really cool. So I'm excited for this new trailer that should come out in a couple days, they're saying.
Dude, yeah, I'm surprised. Like when it comes to like even simulations, like even the Microsoft Flight Simulator, if I put
Yeah.
600 hours into that, I could potentially fly a Cessna.
Sure.
Not exactly, but
Yeah.
they're so advanced now that you
Right.
get a lot of knowledge from these things. So I 100%
Totally.
believe it. Especially with the whole rig, you got the wheel.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you're there, you're already set. And then I was gonna look
Pretty
up
cool.
the film director for this. He had worked, Neil
Neil
Blomkamp.
Blomkamp.
What
District 9, which is, a Best Picture winner.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not. Not Best Picture. Best Picture nominated.
No,
Uh,
for sure, yeah.
Chappie, which I wasn't crazy on, and then he did Elysium with Matt Damon, which is like a futuristic. I don't know. Everybody's wearing those suits. I haven't seen that one either. Actually, I
Matt
did.
Damon,
I watched
yeah.
a pirated version of that, and I could barely see what was going on, so I should rewatch that. But District 9 is incredible. It's a great movie.
Yeah, no, this is great director for he's had some great stuff under his belt, so definitely excited to see what comes from this. Yeah, I'm in Gran Turismo. Let's see. We also had Craven. Craven had some surprising news coming from it too. First footage was shown. They said this is the first R-rated film, definitely for the Marvel Sony side. Which you would think Morbius would kind of be R-rated, considering he's a blood-sucking vampire, but
sure.
They're going all in on, Aaron Taylor Johnson ripping the face off of, bad guys, using his weapons. They even said they showed him in like the original costume with like the big shoulder pads.
The fur suit. Yeah,
the furs was great. They said it's also comical. They said as comical as Deadpool films. Full spears are used. A mysterious new character played by Ariana DeBose is briefly teased. The Rhino appears, and they said not in a mechanized suit, but a real rhino. Like a guy is a real rhino, kind of like the comic.
Wow. Okay.
That's Twitter for you. This is I put this is what we wanted for the film, because if anything, if you're gonna do Craven, you might as well go on violence, right? Give the violence, go crazy, because he hunts the big game. He wants Spider-Man. He's like, you're not just a human. You're an advanced human. I don't want to kill you. He wants to hang him up on the mantelpiece, dude. This is who he is. So yeah, it's just. And I also put Sony Marvelverse. They're milking the Spider-Man IP, and it's just like I haven't liked what they're just. I mean, it's like sure Venom, Morbius, but it's just too complicated. When you're separating him. You know what I mean?
And they're just so bad. Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
Too. Yeah.
Venom 1 was enjoyable bad. Second one was like.
Yeah, not
punch me in the
enjoyable.
face bad.
Yeah. So, if this is great, look, I'm rooting for him if it's great, but it's just like, again, it's like, guys, what are you doing here? But sounded okay.
I don't know. I'm excited to see the footage, to see kind of how it looks. I guess the violence isn't like a selling point for me, or like the rating or anything like that. I like Aaron Taylor Johnson a lot. I love how Russell Crowe is in this as well, who plays his father. I think that's pretty cool. It says it's as comical as Deadpool films, but like, what does that mean? To me, like Deadpool's
it's subjective, right?
His comedy is like the brash, rash, like whatever in your face type of extremities of comedy. Is that also the Craven character? I don't know. I don't know anything about the Craven character, so it's like we'll see how that looks for sure.
Do you think Sony's trying to set up like a new type Sinister Six, and or like for a fourth Spider-Man movie, like villains that will go into that? Or this is just random spin-offs?
I don't think so. I don't think they can. Like, who's gonna like? Are you gonna pay for Morbius, Venom, and Craven to show up on screen together? Like, oh, nothing sounds worse.
Yeah.
I didn't even see. I thought I would saw all superhero movies, and I was like, I'd go to the theater for like pretty much anything, whatever it is. I didn't see Black Adam or Shazam. Like these are movies that like I didn't even think about going to. Craven might be another one. Like Morbius. Thank God I didn't go see that in the theater. Venom 2 is the biggest waste of $10 to go see that movie in theaters for sure. Yeah,
I'm with you on that one.
I've been so let down.
Yeah, see, and that's the thing. That's what happens with these studios sometimes. It's like it does that to the fans, and I'm sad to hear it, because you're not the only one. You are not the only one. There's other people out there that that are like, I don't know. Like, what are they doing with this Spider-Man universe? What's the goal to make a Craven film, right? Like, I wonder what the angle is.
I don't even care about the universe. It's like how can I care about a universe when they don't even have a good base to like do a first movie off of? Like, there's no shot I can get excited about that. So, Craven, I'm open to you wowing me.
Yeah,
but I don't have any expectations, like negative expectations, just completely neutral.
Absolutely, yeah. Because I'm also thinking of like when it comes to Spider-Man, like with the game, I think like again their thought process is Sony. They're just like, okay, we're coming out with a game and we've already done Venom. Another villain in the game is Craven. Let's do a Craven movie.
That is pretty funny too. That's right. Like Craven will be a bad guy in Spider-Man 2.
They're like, let's go all in on this guy. That way people know who he is. That way if they're like, oh, you like the movie? Play the game. Oh, you played the game? Watch the movie.
I wonder how that worked out.
It's just, business. You're just thinking about it like that, right?
How does? Well, that gets so complicated. Of like, yeah, Sony owns the rights to Spider-Man, right? And then they, I don't know, not lease it out to. They market out that IP to Marvel right now. How does a Marvel game get made under the Marvel Games logo? Have Sony characters and Sony villains, but they're also cross promoting like through the game back to Sony stuff, being like the Spider-Verse stuff and all that kind of stuff. I don't understand how any of that business deal works. So it's like, I want to assume that it wasn't even talked about that Kraven was going to be in the game / Kraven's getting his own movie in development. That's my guess.
Yeah, because it's so tricky, right? Because they're just like, okay, you're going to do this. Well, you also, and then maybe that's what it is. It's like, oh, you're going to do, like, it's like, okay, we want to do a villain for a movie, right? And they're like, okay, which one? Because it's tricky. And they're like, well, we already got access to Kraven for a game. Can we do it for a movie? It's like, yeah, it's just the same contract. Just use the same thing, right? It's just plug and play.
Sure. I don't know. $100,000 and 10% of royalties for the rest of your life. There you go.
Right? Like, who knows? But
maybe that's it.
More to talk about that in the future for sure. I guess we could just move on to Spider-Man. We're in it already. So Across the Spider-Verse. Anything?
Yeah, it takes place a year after the first film. The first 14 minutes of the movie were shown. Showed Gwen and Miles swinging while Gwen tells them about all the spider people and how they've been trying to stop the multiverse from collapsing for about a month. Huh. Sounds like an interesting plot point to start with.
It hops right in. It's great. It jumps into the action.
They're going to have to. It seems like 3 different movies. Like in the trailer. It's kind of nuts.
A lot going on. It's like pretty long too, right? And plus, I forget this is like a part 1 of a 2-parter.
2, yeah.
Oh man, it could have a cliffhanger ending then, or something like that.
Oh, for sure will.
Yeah, that's wild. Another anecdote that came out: the voice behind Scarlet Spider was teased to be like something huge. So the director said it's being kept a secret even from the other actors. Not even they know. So yeah, the director or co-director Joaquin Dos Santos. Sorry if I butchered that, but yeah.
Wait. So the big news was that
well, not the big.
You don't know who this is.
Yeah, well, I think there's a lot that came out, and this was something that I saw a lot of. Is that people? Because I know a lot. Look, I don't know about all the separate Spider-Mans besides Miles and Peter, but I know there's a big fan base for Scarlet Spider, and so people are like, who voices him? And like Spider-Punk is Daniel Kaluuya. We know that. That's cool. Again, could be something big for this.
Nice.
Very cool. Then yeah, again, there was another question, of course, about like, what's your favorite cameo, I think, or something like that, because there's so many Spider-Mans. My favorite cameo is a secret. That's the quote. But I promise it's going to blow the eyeballs out of the backside of your head. And following early screenings, let's just say we won. We won, y'all.
What do you mean? Is this you saying this, or is this Kemp Power saying this?
This is, I think, the talks following these screenings.
It's good?
Yeah, it's both good and like answers and stuff like that. Not that I've really looked up spoilers, Yeah,
you have.
But
you for sure have. Just a little bit.
Maybe
you can't help yourself.
Yeah.
I know you too well, Ryder. You can't help yourself.
You're speaking for me, right? I can't confirm nor deny, but what Vincent said could be true.
Ryder definitely looked up spoilers.
Because this is okay. Look, this is mainly my frustrations. Whenever I throw out this is just between me and Vincent, y'all. So don't think that I'm getting mad at everybody listening. Not that I'm even mad at you, Vince, but it's like, I say, I wish they had this cameo. And then you rebuttal with, but I wanted to have a great story. I don't think this cameo is going to take away from the story. I wanted it to add to the story.
Sure.
And I think that, based off what we heard.
This is an invisible argument because I don't know the other side of this at all.
Yeah, I wouldn't even say argument. I don't want to throw that out there because that just creates, it's not that. It's just saying.
Okay.
And I think that there are some characters, and stuff that add to the story. You know what I mean? Everything adds to the story.
True.
And so I think it's like good.
I like additives to the story. I don't like if the cameos are the reason for the story.
Yeah. Good point. Good call. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good way to word it. So yeah, we'll see. It comes out this summer, so we get to enjoy it then.
Yeah. Let me drop into what's going to be the best movie of the century, and that is Bad Boys 4, which is in the 4th week of shooting right now. And that's it. That's literally all we have about it. It's probably just someone speaking it out on stage. I cannot believe they're doing another Bad Boys movie. I know Will Smith's into the whole hot water dealio still. you know, his PR person's definitely working triple overtime all the time. But that being said, Bad Boys 2, Michael Bay's best film, hands down.
Wow.
And Bad Boys 3, a little bit of a letdown. I want to air my grievances that Bad Boys 3 was called Bad Boys for Life.
Yeah.
What the hell are they going to call Bad Boys 4?
Right? Bad Boys 5 ever.
It's ridiculous.
It's so horrible.
Ridiculous.
For Life. That would have been great. For Life.
They should just called it Bad Boys 3 and then had Bad Boys for Life and then end it.
You know what they could do too? They could do the Bad Boys IV, Roman numeral 4. They
like
pull
Scream.
Fast and Furious, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that too. That
Scream too, yeah.
Yeah, super original.
Oh gosh, it's weird, yeah, how they do those things. But yeah, I don't know how Bad Boys 3, how much money they made for them to be like, yeah, let's greenlight a 4th.
Dude, they added this like mystical like spirit witch element in the end of Bad Boys 3. I'm like, what in the world? Like some curse or something.
You know why?
Like, good God.
They didn't have enough confidence in a buddy cop drama anymore.
In 2020,
drama.
yeah.
It's like, why not? Just stick to the bare bones. But nope, they want to go crazy. Some other news that's getting wild is this film called Anyone But You. I don't know. Everyone's hyping up this. You know, there's a little bit of drama coming out from it. I think it's hilarious.
A lot of drama. These are two really good-looking people. Okay.
Tell me who's starring in this. Tell me.
You got Sydney Sweeney and Glenn Powell. Okay.
Beautiful people.
Great-looking people. I was seeing some shade that Glenn Powell's not an attractive dude on the timeline, and I'm here to say Glenn Powell's absolutely an attractive dude on the timeline. He is. All right. This film is a modernization of William Shakespeare's Much Ado About Nothing, following two former college enemies who pretend to be a couple at a destination wedding years after their own personal gain, but actually fall in love. Of course, this will be a rom-com of the ages. This will be a classic known for years to come. Just kidding. I have no idea. It could be
rated R rom-com. You know, like we don't get those often. And there was a quote. Glenn Powell was like, "Yeah, you know, it's not often we get these hard R rom-com movies that are cinematic." And people were like, "Wait, what? Why do you use hard R?"
Cinematic. Hard R.
He said that, and I was dying. I was like, "Oh God!"
Yeah.
Why? I mean, yeah, like you gotta watch.
I
how
feel
you
like
say
someone
those
said
things,
that
dude.
before too. Like recently in the news.
Oh, that was Linus Tech Tips.
No, not Linus Tech Tips. I'm talking about a movie. Like the movie is.
I don't know.
Someone described a movie as a hard R, and I'm like, what in the world?
Sometimes people forget. You know, it's like that's not what that means. But he just meant like it is an R-rated film. There's like nudity. They said of both people, like being on the beach. I can't, you know, like I don't know,
sure.
Just classic early 2000s, whatever, like raunchy, but I'm not raunchy, but just that vibe. We know what it is.
If you watch any of them on the red carpet, or you know, either of them, they're just eye banging each other at all times. It's like. It is something else. It's something else. You feel some sort of way. It's like the Oscar Isaac, Jessica Chastain whole thing with their videos. You're like, oh my God. Like
he's married.
These guys are crazy. Yeah.
Dude.
You got to watch out a little bit. You got to be worried about these co-stars, okay? So, yeah, do yourself a favor. Go watch those videos. It'll do something to you. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's definitely some TikTok analyzations out there about the body language, the everything. Yeah. It's hilarious.
It's getting ugly with Glenn Powell and his girlfriend, you know, and then looking at Sydney Sweeney. It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
I don't care enough, but God, I'm interested about this movie. Okay,
yeah,
very interested.
And you know, if someone compared it to, and you might think it's like, yep, you know who survived though? Suki Waterhouse with Robert Pattinson, because you know they sexed up that marketing campaign with Zoe Kravitz and Robert Pattinson for the Batman. Those photos. Sexed them up. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it was real, like, you know, like aggressively them, and so it's like, look, come on, they're
Bat and the Cat.
Yeah, so if Suki Waterhouse can survive, because she's like, oh, we're happy, me and Rob.
Wait, what is that? I have no idea.
That's his girlfriend. Her name is Suki Waterhouse. Isn't that funny?
Oh God, I had no clue.
She's a singer, I think. She's a singer.
Cool.
Model. I mean, Suki Waterhouse. Yeah, even Suki's like, she's gorgeous. But so
very interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. I got some insider information on the Batman. I can tell you after this, with an extra on set that had a story about this whole thing.
I can't wait. Let's end this podcast right now. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just kidding. Okay. Anything else more? Okay, we talked. Yeah. That's what happened from Marvel to Sony. Sony's releasing 23 films. They're like, we're going crazy. This just
Gran Turismo, baby.
Gran Turismo. Yesterday,
Let's keep it rolling. Yeah.
So yesterday we were cooking with Warner Brothers. Everybody was looking forward to this. Let it be known real quick though, DC, even though we're seeing David Zaslav talk about the future, we didn't see James Gunn, Peter Safran, no talks of the future 10-year plan, because this is about movies that are coming out. It's not like stuff to get excited for. It's not what this is. So it's just like,
there is stuff to get excited for it, but it's not DC.
Yeah,
is great.
not like future, like here's what's coming next. No, it's just movies that we know are in production. So real quick, Furiosa, Anya Taylor-Joy, we gotta look at that. Beetlejuice 2 is confirmed. Conjuring Last Rites confirmed.
Oh.
Yeah. Not really.
Final Destination 6 is in the works. John Watts is producing it.
I love me some Final Destination, baby.
Goodness gracious.
Those, I like those, yeah.
Yeah, of all these, I guess I'm most excited for Mission Impossible that they showed at the WB panel, I would say. Dead Reckoning Part 2 images. I forget how good the Part 1 trailer is until I see it in the theaters. Like I saw a movie in the theaters last week or whatever, and they showed the Dead Reckoning Part 1 trailer, and it was incredible. I was like, this is so good. Such a good trailer.
Oh, yeah. I think these images were for Part 1. I was like, I don't know why I put Part 2.
Okay.
I don't think they've even... Maybe Part 2. That was weird.
They're shooting them back to back.
Yeah, they've shown photos for Part 2. That's crazy. I forgot that I highlighted that. Also, I think I made a mistake. This wasn't with Warner Brothers. This is with Paramount. But that this news came out yesterday as well. I think they were doing stuff too.
So just WB/Paramount/whatever else was yesterday.
But cool. Dude, yeah, Mission Impossible is high up on the... It's hard to like put, rankings, not to rank, but Mission Impossible is like, dude, it's going to be one of the greatest action films. Just on that stunt alone.
Hopefully. There's so many good ones. Yeah. Fallout was great.
Yeah, that's still... It's hard now with the new John Wick. I don't know what's my favorite action film.
Oh my god, John Wick 4 is so good. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy how good that movie is. Well, keep on going here. We got Blue Beetle. We got Angel Manuel Soto says they wanted to focus on Jamie's family involvement in Blue Beetle and give them their own heroic arcs. No idea who these characters are. This seems... Good luck keeping a secret from a Latino mother. Great. That's silly.
Yeah.
Also, the main actor, said in a press interview, like, oh, Blue Beetle's special because he's the only superhero to not want his powers. Which I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, real original. Bro, real original.
Yeah, and Hell is the director. He's the director of the film.
Cool.
Yeah, I always extend that. Yeah, no. So they were talking about it, the cast, both Xolo.
Yeah.
I don't know how you pronounce it. There was a video out. He was like, this is how you pronounce it. Xolo. And the other main actress, they were up on stage hyping it up. Yeah. And then also people got to see Aquaman 2. Some footage of that. Yeah.
You're super excited about that one, I know.
Not good stuff coming from that movie. Yeah.
No good talk coming from that movie?
No good talk, even from the sneak peek. Like, they showed the poster, the poster that was in Vegas, and it was just broken ice, bro. It's just broken ice. And people were like, they really have no budget for this movie or something, but...
Yeah, I was reading something. We'll get into Flash in just a sec here, but people were like, how are they going to market Aquaman 2 after The Flash comes out? They're marketing The Flash as the best superhero movie of all time. And all this kind of stuff. What are they going to say? Aquaman's almost as good as The Flash. Go watch this movie. Like, they can't keep saying that they're the best superhero movies of all time.
Here's what they'll say. They'll be like, a globe-trotting epic. I already know they're going to use those words. Globe-trotting.
Globe-trotting. Okay.
Here's what I'll say. This is what I was thinking of in bed, and I was like, oh, I'm going to throw this out, because you always have good takes about, like, I'm going to predict something, and you predicted right. My prediction is Blue Beetle does well at the theaters. Makes like $200-300 million. A little bit of profit.
Okay.
The Flash makes like $700-800 million. Really profits. Does really well. But Aquaman like $100-200 million and bombs. Does not do well.
Whoa. You think Blue Beetle's going to do better than Aquaman?
Yes, I think it's going to be a good
even on name recognition.
Yeah, following reviews.
Not on quality of movie.
I think reviews for Blue Beetle are going to be pretty all right. And that'll be like a middle ground. Flash is going to be like reviewing high. I think it's going to review really high. And Aquaman's not going to be reviewing good. It's going to review like 5, 6s and just not do well.
God.
It's going to be like a Shazam case. It will be a Shazam. If not worse. Money-wise.
Oh,
money-wise.
Man.
I think.
Yeah, that's ugly.
In and out in the theaters. In and out, baby.
That is ugly. Right to HBO.
Yeah.
Which is great for me. Sounds good to me. A couple more we want to cover before we get into the clip here is that Greta Gerwig says she and Noah Baumbach got emotional writing the Barbie script together. He almost wanted to direct it by the end, but Greta joked, saying, "Step aside." And Greta also says that the film is very inspired by Wizard of Oz. I can't wait for Barbie. I've said my piece about Barbie. We have a reaction up on the channel. You should go check out as well for the latest trailer.
Yeah, there's not much else to be said. You know, it's like I wonder what I want Greta to say, here's our demographic, here's who we're targeting, because I think I don't know who they're I mean, like, I wonder who they're targeting, because I wonder if the actual audience that is getting excited for this film is what they expected. You know,
I think I don't think it's for kids. I think this will be, but I think it will be PG.
Okay. Oh.
I think you could bring your kids, but it's not for kids.
Yeah.
PG-13?
No, yeah, a PG rating sounds about, dude, imagine, because like
I wouldn't be surprised.
I don't think there'd be any cussing, there wouldn't be any like drug references, there wouldn't be anything really. Unless the real world.
They already have sex references like in the trailer, but they don't say it.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be like overly pure. It's going to be PG.
Because it could be PG-13 if that's just the first part, and like the real world stuff gets a little more mature. You know, that could get like way dirtier in it.
Sure. Barbie does crack on the side of the street.
Crazy,
dude.
She's like, what's this? Oh, don't worry, Barbie. Everyone's doing it. It's just a little cocaine. It's just a little bomb.
It's just a little sniff.
I'm telling Barbie. No.
I have no idea. I could see in a world where it's PG. I could see a world where it's PG-13.
Yeah. It's a good call. Interesting take. Wonka. They show a little bit of Timmy Chalamet doing some footage from Wonka. Of course, this comes out December. Timothy Chalamet. Hugh Grant is apparently an Oompa Loompa. That's news that came from it. How funny that's the one thing that came out of that.
Hugh Grant, funny guy.
Yeah,
really funny guy. Every time I've seen him this last year, it's in things that I feel like he didn't want to do.
Right? Yeah.
Like, for instance, it all started with Knives Out, you know, his appearance in Knives Out, right? Mm-hmm. And then he was in an interview where he was like, I wasn't even in that movie. I wanted a bigger role in that movie. Blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh, okay. And then at the Oscars, people were asking him questions, and it's so awkward. He's like, I was like, goodness gracious, dude. It's like people would kill to be in your spot. You're like, blah, 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 blah. Like, I hate this. I guess, blah, blah. This is the worst. I guess. Yeah,
I guess. Yeah. Oh.
And then Dungeons and Dragons, I was like, I don't know if he wants to be doing this either. Like, he doesn't really look like he's having a good time at all.
No, it's true.
Great.
It's true. And now an Oompa Loompa, it's like, is this like...
He's going to be head Oompa.
It's like, what are you doing, dude? Why are you torturing yourself? Just say no to the role. Like,
he'll be in an interview after this, and he'll be like, "Oh, the worst experience of my life. Like, I shouldn't have done this."
And he's a working actor that he could get anything. So
he could. He's good. Like, he's a great actor. He's proven himself time and time again. Yeah.
Right. It's like, hey, you want to do a fantasy where you play this random character? It's like, sure. Like, why are you saying
it's
yes?
Like, it pays for my next boat.
Yeah,
like, something like this.
It's like, just say no. But you know, it's hard to get a job anyways. I guess as an actor, even if that's the case.
Definitely. Right.
Funny. And then the Meg 2. Oh my God, it's a megalodon. Jason Statham
Never saw
returns.
The first
one. It's not that bad. It's not like
I would watch
Sharknado. It's like an actually funny.
It's a kaiju film, bro. I would watch. I love kaiju.
It's funny, dude. It's really good. The return of Jason Statham, as well as a T-Rex being eaten by a Meg, and there's multiple Megs.
So we're dinosaur land now.
It's like, I don't even know how that's possible. Is this a flashback?
Count me in. I love dinosaur movies.
I want to see 7 movies come out of this franchise.
Can't wait. The next Sharknado. We also have here Equalizer 3. We got a poster, but also got a trailer that's out. Haven't watched the trailer because I haven't seen any of the Equalizer movies. Huge F. So I got to get on that. Yeah,
I saw that Pedro Pascal's in one of them. So I was like, I got to watch these.
In the Equalizer?
Yeah, he plays like an agent or some kind. I don't know. Yeah. Interesting stuff.
Very interesting. All right, let's get into the clip here, Ryder. I'm going to throw you in. Are you ready?
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
All right, I'm gonna give you the countdown, then you intro it. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
Cinemacon is happening. Just presented some brand new films from Warner Brothers, like The Flash, Dune Part 2, Napoleon. Footage was shown, reviews are out, and we got some interesting details here about people's thoughts, as well as some film information, so the highlights, some of the biggest stuff. Let's get into it, Vince. What we got?
I want to start off with Dune 2. Looking at Dune 2 here, it picks up immediately after the ending of the first film. Austin Butler is bald. Have you seen this screenshot?
No, there's a screenshot out already.
Or maybe it's a Photoshop. It might not even be a real thing, but it's like,
even if it's Photoshop, it's still
someone
cool.
created a bald photo of him, and he's like looking. He has like his eyes squinted like Elvis a little bit, and his lips are like pursed in. But basically, his character is being described as an Olympic sword master mixed with psychotic Mick Jagger. Oh, God, that sounds ridiculous. And Denis Villeneuve says Dune 2 is more of an action-packed war movie. That's crazy because the first one had a battle, like one battle in it. Sort of thing.
It was very much a simmer, and it felt like a build-up to something, right? And even the action that was already in it was already so epic on a grand scale. So it's wild for Denis to say this for a second one. Like, we're getting into it. About like, there was a quote that he said, "This is the main course. The first one was an appetizer." Like,
that's crazy because the first one's so good.
Yeah,
it's so good. He also says this film is 100% shot in IMAX. It has all new sets. They're not reusing any of the sets from the old film. I'm sure they're reusing some props and stuff. But and finally, Paul rides a sandstorm or a sandworm.
Oh yeah, sandworm,
pretty
baby, crazy. Wormy, the Alaskan bullworm.
Yeah, so apparently Christian Bale put on 750,000 pounds, and he was playing the sandworm. And we'll have Timothy Chalamet up there riding it.
That is great.
Look forward for that.
David Zaslav said, "Look, I love Dune, but Dune 2 is even better. So take it from the man upstairs in Warner Brothers."
Goodness gracious, I cannot wait for Dune 2. Next up, before we get into The Flash, we have Napoleon. That also got some new stuff too. And it's directed by Ridley Scott, starring Joaquin Phoenix. What do we have here?
This is going to be great. It's actually coming to Apple TV Plus, but it's going to have a little theatrical window. It will be in theaters for a little bit. Again, this is going to be an epic scale movie. It's huge about Napoleon, the war leader, right? We know. It's a period set film like Gladiator, Last Duel. Ridley Scott loves these.
Love it.
The footage that was shown shows a visceral battle sequence where Joaquin Phoenix and Napoleon is commanding his French forces and pulling the strings from on top of a hill. We got scenes of like a frozen lake. He's commanding the generals with confidence, and they said they're gonna go all in on like a huge marketing campaign for this. So I think it's gonna be big, bro. Like big movie.
It's got to be. I mean, it's Ridley Scott doing another like epic. Like this. So very excited.
When I heard about the casting, I was like, oh, this makes sense. This sounds good based on how Napoleon looks in history. Right?
Sure. Yeah, he's supposed to be like a short guy, little dude. But I don't know, Joaquin. He can play pretty much anything.
I looked up images of Napoleon, and as soon as you said "little dude," the photo was just blasted in my face. I was like, "Yep, that's exactly right. He's a little dude."
I mean, he failed pretty bad. Like this will. I'm very excited for the movie. I'm sure it'll be great. Finally, the thing that we want to get into, the big piece here, is The Flash. The Flash was shown in its entirety at Cinemacon yesterday. And David Zaslav, who is the head of Warner Brothers, right? Correct?
Yeah.
He says it's the best superhero film he's ever seen.
Yeah. Wild stuff.
Yeah.
I think he said he's seen it 3 times online. He's seen it. It's very emotional. He says he loves it. It's like, what's true? Who knows? But like, yeah, I think
I'm surprised. I'm surprised that this is even a sentiment of this movie. I wasn't expecting any good things, let's say. And it's seemingly getting a lot of great press after its screening from everyone.
Yeah. Based off DC's track record, there's been some missteps, of course, with the entire like Snyderverse movies and that have been following out. So it's good that this is a step in the right direction. Look, embargo's lifted. I could say it. I've seen The Flash. A review will be coming out, hopefully.
Jealous.
So I put out my thoughts on our Twitter, Strictly Casuals, down below. But we also can see the majority reviews. People were like, this is a great film. I don't think it's the best superhero film, was the talks, right? Like, I don't think it's the best, but it's one of the better ones since like The Dark Knight. Emotional, action-packed, cheer-worthy moments. Like, it's got it all. It's a good comic book film, like nothing.
I'm excited to see it. I'm very excited to see it because I can't, like, in my head,
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't add up. I was like, the puzzle pieces don't add up to be there to make this a good movie. So I'm totally open to this wowing me here.
It's ambitious, but it actually has a lot of heart. Like these characters, it feels very like it's not forced. These characters work well together. You know, Sasha Cal's Supergirl works with Barry, and even Michael Keaton's Batman is like, it just makes sense for this return. It's very natural and it just fits. It's not a shoehorned in, you know, it's like kind of like No Way Home. It makes sense, you know. And so some great action. That third act is wild and
cool.
Here's what I said: if you're a fan of the CW for season 1, it's that but cranked up to the max, and that's what
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
I think
CW season 1
was great, dude. I think it's good.
Oh, it's fun, but it's cheese to the max.
It's cheese,
you know.
So
what I mean?
no cheese in it.
Cheese to the max, and you know, CW, they kind of just the art, the production value of a CW show is pretty low. This looks like the production value is pretty high. So at least we could stay secure in that. This is at Cinemacon, all this week. We have a couple more panels coming this today, I believe, as of recording. So we go through everything that has been out at Cinemacon, including Barbie, Blue Beetle, Craven, Gran Turismo, Cross the Spider-Verse, Bad Boys, Dumb Money, and just much, much more. So if you want to check all that out, you can go watch our full podcast right here on youtube.com/strictlycasual. This is episode 108. Or you can go to podcast platforms and listen to it for free without becoming a member. And that's you can find on Apple Music, Spotify Podcast, Google Podcasts, all that good stuff. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace out, everybody. Bam.
Cool. So I just looked up the schedule. Today 9:30 a.m. is Walt Disney Studios. It's 9:30 or 12:30. It's a 2-hour long one. Guardians, Little Mermaid, Indiana Jones, Haunted Mansion. So stuff that we know about, stuff like that.
Okay.
Oh, and then Universal and Focus is at 4 p.m. So Oppenheimer, and Wes Anderson's Asteroid City. Dude, we can get some new footage for both of those. Oh,
pretty crazy. Actually, I've seen enough of both. I wouldn't watch anything more. Even if they released it.
We're good. Yeah. And then Thursday. So I'm just gonna say real quick. Thursday is Paramount and Lionsgate. So they have like Expendables.
Scream 8 is in development.
Yeah, Scream, right? Mission Impossible. So we could get a new footage from that. Killers of the Flower Moon. First trailer probably could come Thursday.
Thank God. Yeah. Finally. All we have is one image of that movie, and it just goes around. It's just Leo just looking up.
Not good for thumbnails, bro. Not good for thumbnails.
That's all we have.
Hunger Games. Lot of fans for Hunger Games. And then other stuff. Hey, cool. There's still some more big studios doing. They're cooking.
Big stuff.
Okay. Yeah, that's it. Oh, we have. Yeah. So.
I was going to ask what you've been watching, but if you want to say these little headline thingies, go for it.
Oh, yeah. I forgot I put this in here. So, Marvel, I thought I'd throw this out. You know, Layla El Fouly, the character from Moon Knight, first Egyptian superhero, they're giving her a comic debut in the new issue of Moon Knight. I thought that's cool to celebrate. Hype it up.
Cool. Did they make her up for the show?
I think they did. I feel like they did. Correct me if I'm wrong, anybody. I think they made her up for the show to be a hero. The Scarlet Scarab. Something like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So it's like, wow, first Egyptian Marvel hero.
That's dope.
I think.
And then Juno Temple said to star in Venom 3. Great.
Yeah, I just put it because of Juno, not because of Venom 3.
Is Juno Temple, is she the girl from Ted Lasso?
Yeah.
Okay. Got you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Have you been watching Ted Lasso season 3?
I've been oh man, this last episode was my favorite of the whole season.
Okay, I haven't kept up. I haven't watched it.
I'll say one word.
I just resubscribed to Apple Plus.
Okay.
Or Apple TV.
And this is why it was my favorite. Ready? Jazz. That's why. And I was like,
nice.
Oh.
Okay.
Yes.
Very nice.
Jazz music, baby.
Lovely.
Let's see. You let me know. Well, you got the big stuff.
What?
What have you been watching? You want to go first?
What I've been watching.
Yeah.
Number 1, Star Wars Rebels.
Oh.
I am now in season 3 of Star Wars Rebels. So I'm over halfway done, and I'll say that I get it now, why like people like it so much. At the first season, I was like, I don't really know. Like, I get it, there's some cool stuff, it's worth watching, it's fun. But people put it up there with like some of their favorite Star Wars stuff, and it really comes in at the end of season 2 of like how that kind of builds up. And it's really good. I'm excited to keep watching it. It's great. So I've been watching that. And then the biggest one I saw this week was The Covenant with Guy Ritchie's The Covenant with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh, how was that?
It was good? Question mark.
Uh-huh. You saw it in theaters?
Yeah. It was just,
you should have told me. I wanted to see that too.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry.
But it was good.
It was just like a spur of the moment. Like,
Uh-huh.
all right, let's just go. Jake Gyllenhaal was okay in the movie, but the co-star was really, really good. Dar Salim was his name. He was great in it, and it has some like iffy dialogue I put in my Letterboxd review that was like kind of hokey a little bit.
Yeah.
But other than that, it was very emotional. It was a very good movie. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I think this one will get looked over a lot. Like, I think the conversation's already here and gone for The Covenant. But I think Guy Ritchie did a pretty good job directing it, and there's a lot of great elements in it. I definitely recommend it. We saw it in Dolby too, and the audio was awesome.
Yeah,
the audio
that's
hit.
cool. That's good.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I want to see that. That's on my list for sure too.
I watched Ghosted, the Anna de Armas Chris Evans movie, and damn, it's terrible. It is terrible, just like everybody's saying. It's on Apple TV, but also kind of a fun time. It was really bad, but I had a great time watching it. So there was that.
I didn't have the same experience with that.
Oh, did you see it?
Yeah, I saw it and I put it on the back. I was like working on some stuff, right? And I had it playing, and I was like, I can't watch this. This is awful. I watched the whole thing, but it was like, this is just bad. It wasn't fun for me.
I'm gonna spoiler it real quick. It doesn't really matter. It's not even a spoiler, but there's a scene where there's a cameo and then a cameo and then a cameo. Did you watch that part?
That was fun. I was like, yeah, that's cool.
That was funny. I had a good laugh.
Okay, that was the one good part.
I had a lot of good laughs during it. But it was pretty terrible. The movie was pretty terrible.
Yeah, I expected more.
And then two more things. I'm watching Beef, so I'm almost done with Beef. 2 more episodes. And because of Beef, we watched Ali Wong's comedy special on Netflix called Dawn Wong. I don't know about that comedy special. To me, she's a freak, as in like she just wants to have sex with everything. That's just what the thing told me. It was, her dating Bill Hader, bro. I don't know, man. Next, I'm get sick of that real quick. That's what this comedy special told me.
Wild. Okay. Yeah. She's wild. Okay.
And then Blade of the Immortal, which is a samurai movie on Hulu. And I found it to be just okay. The fights were really awesome, and the story was not very good.
Okay. I think I saw your review on that one. It was like, yeah.
That's it. That was a lot, actually. Sorry. That's
good. Yeah, you saw a lot. That's great. I've been watching a lot of shows and stuff like that, like Ted Lasso. Oh, I'm getting through Lord of the Rings. I am pushing through finally. So,
finally.
First and second one, I like the second one better than the first right now.
Which is crazy. Okay,
really?
Yeah.
Oh, so
no, it's not that crazy. A lot of people love it.
I forgot your ranking. What was yours? It was 3-1-2 or
3-1-2? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. 3 is great so far. Okay, so I've been watching it 30 minutes in batches. I just have 2 hours left of the third one. I'm watching extended cuts. So I'm 10 hours in on this franchise right now. I just got through where Frodo separated from Sam because Gollum finally pushed him to the brink of separating him. Yeah. And then that's why I paused. But the war. Oh, I'm excited for this war.
Yeah.
It's an epic, beautiful movie. The cinematography is gorgeous.
Episode 2 or Two Towers has great. Episode 2 is the Battle of Helm's Deep, or the third one is the Battle of Helm's Deep?
The second one is that night, the night fight.
So good, bro. It's so good.
Yeah. First one had some good moments. I just think part 2 had so much more drama and emotion. I was like, oh, this is good.
It totally does.
And so
I feel achy after the second one. I don't know why. It like starts in this dry, arid like mountains. Golem's like there, and you're like, oh, this is terrible. Yeah. I think the first one is the most rewatchable. Like I could just watch the first one over and over because I love the characters so much. And then you're right, it gets way more intense, and the action picks up 2 and 3 for sure.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think my ranking might be 2, 1, 3, but I haven't finished 3, so I don't know.
You gotta watch.
Change.
It'll change. It'll change. For sure. I guarantee it.
Oh, because 3's. I know. I'm so excited for 3.
Dude, 3's. It's just so good. It's so good.
I'm ready. But yeah, so that's let's see, go to my letterbox here. I've been watching Barry. Dude.
Nice.
I mean, that show, it's up there with Succession. Like, one of the great shows. I just don't know how he does it.
Yeah, I thought the first episode was good, but not like the best thing ever. I gotta keep watching.
That first season, it's great, but like, dude, season 2 is just boom, miles ahead. And season 3 is miles ahead. That's what they
always say. That's every show is like, oh, you just gotta get past the first season.
No, not even the first season, just those first couple of episodes, bro. Because that first episode is like even the first episode.
No, it's good. The first episode's good. There's nothing wrong with it. I just gotta keep watching.
He talks to Winkler and he tells him he's a killer. And that was a great episode, dude.
I'll rewatch it.
And then I saw Roma, Alfonso Cuarón's Roma.
Oh, nice. Did you like it?
That's a great film, dude. Give it 8.
I never saw that one.
That's a phenomenal film.
Mm-hmm. Good.
Yeah, and that's it. Just Ted Lasso here and there. What else? Just shows. Lots of shows right now. It's a show period.
Good.
Yeah.
Love it. I'm so glad that you're getting through the Lord of the Rings movies. I feel like that's a must.
Yeah.
Feels great.
You convinced me.
All right. Well, that was episode 108 of Freeze Frame. If you guys want to see Ryder again, you can check him out on tomorrow's episode of Checkpoint, hanging out with James, because I will be gone. Ryder, thanks so much for jumping in on that. Appreciate you a lot.
It's a good week for gaming news.
Big week for gaming news. Sad I'm gonna miss it. I'm gonna call in and be like, you guys make sure you talk about this. Make sure you talk about this. Yeah, that's it. Any final words?
Everybody, just have a good week. Don't forget to go outside because the weather is shaping up nicely.
Yeah, go outside. Also watch some movies.
Yeah.
Go outside. Love you guys. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody. Have a good one.